So there seems to be a common belief between guys, and I hang around a lot of guys. I'm a guy, right? I'm a dude. So I hang around lots of dudes, different circles, and there seems to be a common belief that women only care about how much money you make, and they only want to milk you out of your money, and they only care about how famous you are and how many people follow you. So your social status, your fame. And I understand where a guy would come to a conclusion like this, because I mean, you know, you just say to yourself and say to your friends, look at this famous musician, look at this famous athlete, look at how much money they have, look at how much fame they have, and look at how many women they have coming up to them, and how much money, you know, pussy, how much they get laid, right? So I understand where you would come up with such a conclusion as a guy, because there is some truth to this conclusion, because you have to step back a little bit, and you have to look at the society that we have. The society we have is very obsessed with the material world and very obsessed with the external world. Not so much in the internal, more in the external, more in the out there. So anything that is out there that's gonna get you validation from others, that's gonna elevate your image, elevate your projection, the projection of your avatar to the other avatars in front of you, you're gonna try and do. So meaning, you know, you grow up in a society and it's all around you in mainstream media, right? Mainstream media plays a huge role in this. You're motivated to go out into the world and get material success, get bigger cars, get bigger muscles. For a girl, get bigger tits, get bigger ass. Very, very much focused on the external, right? Bigger house, bigger tit, bigger ass, bigger this. You know, look prettier, more makeup, so you look more seductive. There's a lot of focus on the external in this society, in this global society that we are all living in. So we are all byproducts of that. I mean, you know, we are to a great extent. Most people around you are robots, they're following the cultural operating system. This is, you know, now using some of Terence McKenna's words here, a cultural operating system. Wherever you go, there seems to be a cultural operating system. So if you grow up, say, in United States of America, the cultural operating system is very materialistic and very focused on the material, on the external. So as a result, of course, you're gonna have women, because they're just part of society like you and I, that are gonna care about how much money you make and what your social status is, because that's the society they grew up in, that's what they've been brainwashed with, that's what they've been told. So this is only a natural byproduct of the cultural operating system. And so there is some truth to that. You know, really, there is. I mean, you look, if you're more famous and you got more money, you plain and simple, it's gonna be a lot more women that are gonna come to you. Now, there's something I want to explain here, but before I get into it, I want to discuss an idea here. If you believe what I just said, and as true as it may be in the modern society, you will go out into the world and say, okay, I see the game, I see the society, you know what, if you can't beat them, join them. So I'm gonna go and chase money and chase fame, and that's how I'm gonna get girls, that's how I'm gonna get women, that's how I'm gonna be attractive. I'm just gonna go, and that's my value to the society. You're gonna run into a problem. The world is your mirror. The problem you're gonna run into now is, because you're walking around with your body and your mind, with the self-image that this is my value to society, is the fame that I have and the money that I'm making. You're gonna end up attracting women to you that see you for exactly what you project. Because this is what you're projecting now. You're under this impression This is the game. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get more money. I'm gonna get more famous. And now you project out into the society, into the world, into the women that are around you. Hey, I think this is what my value is. So you go about, you know, you project it. You know, you project it. So you're gonna be attracting women to you that see you for how you see yourself. They see your value, exactly what you're promoting, what you're advertising. And so they'll see you for the money, they'll see you for the fame, and you'll end up attracting women that, you know, are not gonna see deeper than that. Fortunately for all of us, guys, fortunately, women tend to be deeper than men. Women tend to be less shallow than men. I'm saying there's a lot of shallow women out there because of the society, but a woman has a greater chance of looking deeper into things than men do. And I really think it's because the way they're biologically wired. And I always think a woman is closer to love. She's closer to the divine. So that's why women tend to be more spiritual. This is a common knowledge. Women tend to be more spiritual because they can see. They're more sensitive, more intuitive. That's the feminine. So fortunately for us, a lot of women will eventually come to that, if maybe not in their youth, but as they get a little bit older, they'll come to realize. They'll you know, for us guys, a lot of us end up staying pretty fucking shallow for the rest of our lives. That's the truth, okay? But for women, I think they have a better chance, let's say, because of their biological makeup, to see deeper. And if you as a guy, look within you and realize who you really are, your higher identity, because you have several identities all happening simultaneously. If you look at your higher identity, which is soul awareness, that's the higher identity of pretty much everybody. Soul awareness, the Atman, as they call it in Hinduism, the awareness, the loving awareness, just watching and experiencing and letting the drama unfold. You will come to realize that just by existing, I am magnificent, I am wonderful, I am beautiful, I am perfect, I am complete. And once you really feel that, man, fulfillment in the present moment, because you no longer, your identity, your primary identity changes from my name is this. So let's just use myself as an example. Let's say my primary identity is I am Saeed. That's my name, that's my social identity. I'm 27 years old, and you know, I have a Canadian passport and I speak Arabic, and so all these social identities, right? And that could be my primary identity. Or if you change your primary identity in your mind, in your third eye, in your pineal gland to I am an awareness having an experience of a guy whose name happens to be Saeed, which is a social identity, whose age happens to be 27, and mind you, all these things are changing, right? You'll realize, okay, hold on, that's my secondary identity. My secondary identity is, this is my name, I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? Instead of primary identifying with that, that becomes your secondary identity. Primary identity becomes, I am loving awareness, watching and experiencing a guy named Saeed with all these other identities, these social identities, this how much money he makes, etc., etc., etc. World of difference, because you will be walking around in the world feeling already complete as you are in the moment, because you always are complete in the moment. You always are complete in the moment. And anything that is changing, your age is changing, your name is just a social identity. Once you die, who gives a fuck, right? How much money you make, are you really gonna fucking take it to your graveyard? Because that paper is gonna fucking it's gonna, if you're gonna actually take like $1 million with you to the grave, like, yeah, that shit's gonna, it's gonna turn into dust at some point, just like your body. So really, anything that is transient is not your primary identity. It's your secondary identity, and you can't deny it. You can't deny it, and you can't deny the importance of your secondary identity. But it's very important to make the shift in your consciousness, in your psyche, that hey, everything that society tells me I am, my name, my status, my number of followers on Instagram, on YouTube, etc., that's my secondary identity. My primary identity is I'm the experiencer, I'm the watcher, experiencing this guy with all his other identities, all the things that society gives him as his identities. World of difference, because now you project that onto the world, and guess what? Now you'll be attracting the woman that can see into that can see deeper. You'll attract deeper women. You'll attract women that are less shallow, and they really can see through you. They can see your energy. They're attracted to your energy now, as opposed to your soul, as opposed to the external things that you have. Now, it is important not to deny the significance of being successful in the material world. Even for a woman that likes you for who you are and loves your soul, loves your energy, you know, it's still sort of like a bonus if you are also a successful player in the game, in the external game, the Maya. So your job, I think, as a guy is, first of all, because the world is your mirror. If you're gonna go around saying, okay, bitches only love money and fame, etc., you'll only be attracting women that are on that vibration. But if you start to see deeper into yourself and identify your identity as the awareness, the loving awareness that shares the same identity with all of beings, then, because now your self-esteem comes from this infinite source of love, so you don't even really identify secondary as, you know, or you don't, if your self-esteem is always in your personality and your body, then it's always going to be shifting. But if it's rooted in who you really are, which is the loving awareness, experiencing a divine being, then you'll always be good where you are in the moment. You'll always be pretty happy about yourself, and consequently, because the world is your mirror, you'll be attracting women who are vibrating on the same vibe. That, you know, you can see, you'll be attracted to their energy, because again, as guys, we're pretty fucking materialistic, man. We're pretty fucking shallow. Like, if you see a girl with big tits, big ass, right away. So maybe the problem is always in you. It's not in the external. It's not in the external, because if you think that the girl's only gonna look at you for money and fame, it's because you're probably looking at the girl for the exact same fucking thing. You're probably for the exact same thing. The problem is always in you. If you look deeper into yourself and you start to see the depth of who you are, then you will also be attracted to the depth of the woman. You'll look at her as an energy field, experiencing herself in her body, which could happen to be really beautiful. She might indeed have all the external things like the big tits and the big ass and the big lips, etc. Or she might not. But either way, you will recognize the soul and energy there. And because now that's where you're vibrating, you'll be attracting to you women that are able to see through your energy, and they're attracted to your energy. Again, fortunately for us guys, women just have a much better chance of getting out of that societal mess, the materialistic external mess, and seeing deeper into the guy. So women tend to be deeper, and really, when a woman likes you for your energy, for you, who you are, you know, she doesn't care about the other stuff. She really doesn't. And here's the thing now. Very important that you change your primary identity. Let's just, I don't want to, I know I'm going off a lot of tangents here because I have a lot I want to explain. So forgive me if I'm all over the place. Change your primary identity to the loving awareness, experiencing this guy, but do not deny the other parts of you, the secondary identity, which is, I want to be a successful player in this game. You know, I wanna make money. I wanna have good income. You know, and yeah, sure. Like, I want to start sharing myself, sharing my art, what the divine is doing through me, what the God consciousness is doing through me, and I want to get famous for it. So then you still work on all the secondary aspects, the ego aspects. You still work on that. You don't deny that, because that's you're in the game. You're playing the Maya. You're playing the game, right? You want to do well in the game. You want to do on an ego level. On a soul level, you're always just perfect and magnificent the way you are. And if that's your primary identity, you'll always be fine, whether you're 20 years old or 80 years old. But while you're playing the game, you still want to win in it. You still want to be successful in it. You still want to make a good amount of money in it. You still want to put your art into the world and really go after it. Make a name for your character that you're in. And yeah, I think we can be successful in both realms. Keep that in mind. We can be successful in both realms. And sometimes, you know, it helps. It really helps, because you will be, as far as the society is concerned, you will definitely attract more women to you if you make more money and if you're more famous. And that could be the initial attraction, and then you both can go deeper into the attraction. You understand what I'm saying? Bottom line, be successful in both realms. Be successful in the spiritual, be successful in the material. Don't deny. Yes, the problem is, as a society, we're so focused on the material and the external. You know, it's way out of balance. But you don't want to be out of balance as a person neither, and focus too much on the spiritual and not enough on the material. You want to be living here and there. Here and there. And I think, for me, personal opinion, the way to do that is to make the shift inside your psyche from my primary identity is the soul awareness, is the consciousness, experiencing my secondary identity, which is a guy whose name is this, whose social status is this, who's makes this much amount of money, who has a name, has a personality, has a nationality, all these social institutions, all these things, all the personality, the ego structure, that becomes secondary, and you're just experiencing all of that. So you're in there, and you're in there too. You understand? I think making that shift, really will help you in every aspect of life, and will help you because now you don't project into the world that I'm only as good as my money and my social status. Now you walk around in the world, your projection is, it's beautiful, I'm really happy here, and I like who I really am, and I like who is my second identity too. Then guarantee you'll be attracting people into you, you'll be attracting women into you that are also vibrating at the same vibe, that can like you for who you really are. Okay? So I was all over the place with this rant because I have so much that I wanna say about this, and there's lots of different ideas that I grabbed from here and here and here and here. When I'm talking in these videos, I feel like I'm grabbing an idea from here, an idea from here, an idea from here. So I think this video was one of those where I was grabbing ideas from all over the place, but I think maybe it was helpful. I think it was helpful. So that's it, guys. God bless you all, and best of luck in your love life, because I mean that's what it's all about, love, right? Love. Best of luck in your love life, and that's it. I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.